Hello and welcome to the presentation of the One People Foundation, who started a few years ago when together with a friend we wanted to do something more meaningful with our life, and we decided we want to give our contribution to the world. So we made a list of large-scale problems, and while looking at the current solution to those problems, we realized that there is a pattern solving them. First, we tried to get a breakthrough with the technology. Then, over that technology, we built a business model. In this way, we try to drive the markets toward the use of that new technology. The goal is to drive a market shift so profound that requires a change in laws and regulations, which in turn should drive a large-scale change in social behavior, so to eventually solve the initial problem. This is a clear bottom-up approach, where the only entry point of a single individual is from the bottom of the pyramid, and eventually the problem is not really resolved by a new technology, but rather by a change in behavior of a large set of people. A new technology is rather a tool we can use to solve a problem. Still very important, but the problem in itself is solved only when a certain social behavior is changed on a large scale. We think this approach alone is not enough to solve large-scale problems consistently because it is based on a profound manipulation. We learn that in life any human interaction happens only if between the parties there is trust. We also learned that you can build trust in two ways, by inspiration and by manipulation. They both work well to the end of building trust, but unfortunately, the trust you built by manipulation is not destined to last long. And this is the major flaw of the bottom-up approach we use today to solve large-scale problems. You see, when we have a breakthrough in technology and build a business model over it, that business model is basically a promise of a future earnings. It's a manipulation. The first people that are attracted are those who hope to gain something in return, and it works for a while. But then, to literally force the majority of people to adopt that new technology, a law enforcement is necessary. And we think this approach is not optimal, at least. We believe that in parallel to a bottom-up approach, we should also try to solve large-scale problems with a top-down approach. If in the end the problem is not solved by a technology per se, but rather by a change in social behavior on a large scale, then to solve the large-scale problems, tools are not enough. We also need to inspire people to use them. We need a society more aware of the problems and aware of the fact that only together we can solve them. There is no single technology that will solve those problems for us. To change society on a large scale, it means we need to expand our culture on a worldwide scale. Thus, first thing to do to implement also a top-down approach to solve large-scale problems is to inspire people to expand their culture. This will bring society to a new level of awareness. Having the right tools, an aware society can change its behavior on a global scale so to finally solve large-scale problems. And if the right tools are not yet available, an aware society will then change the laws so to force the markets to develop those tools. In an aware society, markets will be forced to follow the needs of humans and not the other way around. So, first step, expand our culture. How could we do that? First, let's think about what culture is. Culture is basically a set of values and beliefs that we share with a group of people. We can see it as an equation, a mathematical formula where we add several terms. We get our first set of values and beliefs from our family. Then, as we grow up, we get to share values and beliefs with friends and relatives, and eventually with society at large, like the country you live in, your religion, the language you speak, and so on. If we look closely at this equation, we notice that all three terms are strongly dependent to the location of an individual. Our goal is to add a new term to this equation, so to expand our culture. To the culture equation, we would like to add a term that is not dependent on location. It is simply there because we all belong to the same animal species. We need to realize that we are all connected to a very deep level, and that if we do not make this realization, large-scale problems will not be solved. From here, the concept of one people. We dream of a world with no boundaries, where people feel connected as we all belong to one single people. To make this dream come true, we created the One People Foundation, a no-profit organization devoted to advance this vision of the world. But where to begin? We believe that the cultural expansion we dream of can be achieved in two ways, one easy and one difficult. Help and relate. The easy way, help. It's very easy. You can start implementing it from now. Go out and help those to your right and those to your left. Do not expect anything in return. Just help for the sake of bringing some good into this world. When we help others, something amazing happens. Our body produces oxytocin, the chemical that is at the base of any good feelings humans could experience. And when we see other people helping each other, the same amazing chemical is released in our body. And this is the evolutionary function of oxytocin, to make us feel connected, to make us feel to be stronger together, to make us trust one another. Help will make us feel more connected, but will not be enough alone to expand our culture. To relate, on the other hand, can serve exactly this function. To expand our culture, we first need to realize that independently from where we are located on the planet, we all face the same life issues, and most importantly, we all feel the same feelings. However, based on our culture, we react to life sometimes in very different ways. These differences make us think immediately we are different and we do not belong together, except when we manage to relate to others. The moment that happens, the superficial differences disappear and we can feel like we are connected, we can feel like we are all equals. To relate, it's not easy at all. We should see with our own eyes other people from other cultures and see how they are just as human as we are, even if they speak a different language or have a different religion. In order to promote help and relate, the One People Foundation is supporting two initiatives. One is called Who's There, and it's a social media app designed to facilitate help and relate. The second initiative is called the RelatorBot, developed by an artificial intelligence startup. The RelatorBot is an AI devoted to facilitate communication among individuals from different cultures on the Who's There platform. Let me explain you how this new social media works. Who's There is a platform that allows you to virtually travel around the world. According to where you are virtually located on the planet, you are connected to those around you. You can use the platform to ask for help or help others, or to share your culture and to interact directly with the community around you. Then you can click on the map, and from there you can scroll left or right and change your location virtually, and then see what people post in other places. Thus, you can help and share your culture with those around you, and then you can travel virtually to other countries and see the lives of those far away, so different and still so similar to yours. And to help you to relate to others, on the user profile you will find the RelatorBot. The AI will give you a questionnaire and measure your culture on different cultural dimensions, so creating a baseline. Then, according on how you use the application, the AI will learn how your culture evolves in time. And when you go to the profile of someone else, the RelatorBot will show you the cultural difference between you and the other person, and will give you suggestions and tips on how to communicate with the person based on the cultural differences between you. Of course, the Who's There platform has many other features, and we leave it to the user to discover them. We dream of a world where all people will finally feel connected as we were all one people. To be successful, we need to find the early adopters of our vision. Our mission is to expand the culture of every human, adding an extra term to the culture equation, not anymore connected to the localization of an individual, but there just because we are all humans. Let us be very clear, we do not want you to change your culture, we just want you to expand it. Learn how to communicate with other cultures, and most importantly, learn how to appreciate them in their differences. And we mean it in the most positive way possible. This is why we are promoting this new social media platform, as we firmly believe that the first step towards the world we dream of starts from help and relate. We know that there are others in the world already doing help and relate. Our contribution to the cause, for now, is a dedicated platform to give visibility to those interested in help and relate. If our story convinced you and you would like to help us, here are a few things that could really be helpful. First, send us your feedback. If you have a PDF version of this presentation, you can just click on the link, or you can follow the link via the barcode with a mobile, or perhaps we send you the link to the survey together with the link to this presentation. Your feedback is very important to us. Please help us to find early adopters of our vision of the world. If you think in your network there is anyone that could enjoy this presentation and appreciate our initiative, please forward this presentation to them. Please use the Hostdare platform to help and relate. The platform is totally free. However, it is not available yet. It will be in a few months. If you give us your email address, we promise we will not abuse of it. We'll just let you know when the application will be available for download from the app stores, both Android and iOS. Please use the platform and send us feedback on how to improve it and debug it. You can donate your expertise. We are in constant need of legal counsel, public relations. We need anthropologists and culture experts, web designers, copywriters, IT, and so on. Basically, anyone that wants to can contribute. You will find more information about this on our website. Last but definitely not least, you can make a money donation to the One People Foundation via the website onepeoplefoundation.com. We will make sure you will be updated on how your money contribution is spent. And for all those that help us and agree to it, we would like to put your name on the wall of contributors on our website. This is the end of the presentation. Thank you so very much for the time you took to watch it. Please contact us via email if you want to send us your personal feedback or you are interested in any clarification. We will be happy to answer your questions. It is all for now. Thank you again for watching and good luck to us all.